はい、どうもこんにちは、ボリさんでございます。結構音うるせえな、このゲーム。もうちょい下げても平気？これぐらいかな？本日は、ディスコエリジウムファイナルカットというゲームをね、やっていきたいと思います。記憶喪失の刑事になって、事件を解決していくっていう、RPG なのかな？ゲームでございますけども、ね、ちょっとマウスの感度がビュンビュンだな。でもこんなもんかな。これちょっと下げるか。こんな感じでいいんじゃないでしょうか。操作方法は WSD でいけるのかな。よし。じゃあとりあえずこれで始めます。アーキタイプを選択。なんだアーキタイプとは。理想家、高い知性を持つ、人付き合いが苦手、興味深い事実を知っており、独創的なアイデアを生み出す。物事を真理で捉える。人を引きつける魅力を持つが不安定。正気を失う可能性あり。そりゃまずいな。なんで正気を失ってんだよ。肉体派。非常に荒っぽい。拳で世界と対話する。それはまずいだろ。とてつもなくバカ。知性が1なのか。どっちも知性1だな、これ。キャラクター、これは、テンプレートで用意されてるキャラってことか。思想家神経質肉体派。で、これは、自分で作れるってこと？作ろうよ。オッケー。うおー、びっくりした。なんだ？あ、割り振れるの？もしかして。合計は12って決まってるんだ。12のうちにどれぐらい、この、ステータスを割り振るかっていう感じか。よくわかってねえんだな。これ何がいいんだろうな。定列。定列、定列、天才。優秀。良好。平凡。定列。最悪。最悪ときたもんだよ。知性あげよう。まあね。知性は天才的。で、まあ、天才だったら何でもいいんじゃないか？感受性が低い。肉体、体の体は弱い。病弱的。体が弱いから当然、運動もできないんじゃないかな、俺は。いや、運動は結構できるよ、言うて。いや、精神も強いけどな。こんな感じ？知性はすごい優れていて、精神は平凡。運動も平凡。肉体はめっちゃ弱い。ちなみにランダムっていうのは？これはなんかこう、適当に割り振られるわけですね。じゃあさっきのでいこうか。運動が、平凡で、こんな感じ。優秀、定列、定列、平凡。あれこんなんだったっけ？違うな。こうだったな。よし、これでいきましょう。いいのか？まあいいか。はい。なんだこれ。スキル。理論。百科事典。習字学。 演劇。概念化。何どういうことだこれ。なんかスキルがつけられるんだな。まあ、あれだよね。高いやつをスキルにした方が、得意を伸ばせ。犯行現場を再構築する。物理の法則の法のしもべとしろ。どうしようか。選択したスキルにプラス1のボーナスがつく。上限が1。どれがいい？理論的なのか、百科事典。全知識を駆使する。トリビアを披露できる。ああ、トリビアね。これは知的対談を満喫せよ。嘘をつき、嘘を見破る。ああ、なるほどね。クリエイティビティを理解する。世界にアートを見出す。いいことしか書いてないな。物理法則を法のしもべとしろ。どれがいいかな。なんかどれも魅力的だな。演劇にしようかな。嘘をつき、嘘を見破る。これにしましょう。得意スキルに設定。OK。激しい怒りは鏡の中に潜んでいる。澄み切った水でも深すぎれば溺れ死ぬものだ。名言なんですかね。始める。
There is nothing. Only warm primordial blackness.
古代爬虫類のそこには何もない。生温かい原初の闇があるだけだ。お前はその意識の中で発光していく。それは麦の穂先の一粒にも満たぬほど小さい。お前はもう何もしなくていい。なんか難しいことを言うね。Ever。この先ずっと。
Never, ever.
永遠に。この先ずっと永遠に非存在のままでいる。早速の選択肢。永遠に？
Never, ever, ever, baby.
この先ずっと永遠だ、ベイベー。非存在のままでいる。途方もない時間が過ぎる。そこに闘争は一つとしてない。別れた妻たちも存在しない。何？別れたなんとかってのは何のことだ？なんかすげえ表現が難しい。変絶系。覚醒がお前に忍び寄る。お前の視覚に毒々しい酸性の人に使った塊が隠れている。それは腫れ上がった下品なお前を包む肉の塊だ。そんな恐ろしい質問をしていいのか？お前をさらに肉体に肉的覚醒に導くだけだぞ。ああ、その別れたなんとかについて知りたい。別れた恋人、別れた優しさだ。喪失に向かってまた浮上していくのは愚かなことだぞ。相当な痛手を負ってまでここに来たというのに、中には取り返しのつかない痛手もあるというのに、とどまれ。そして共に深海帯を渡ろうではないか。アロンジ行こう。二度と俺を捨てるな。今すぐ降りたい。痛みと輝く光と俺に与えることをこの連中に要求することが好きなんだ。何なんだろうね。下行きます？本当に？本当だ、もう降りる。戻ったら何があるか。それを聞いたらお前は気に入らないだろうな。なぜ自我を忘却の淵へ叩き込まなきゃならなかった。まさか気づいてなかったのか。自分をマリにしちまってることに。自分にあれだけ浴びせておいて、俺たちは少々我を忘れすぎちまったようだな、シェフさん。ちょっと表現が難しいですよ。次です。なんだこれ。内力定力、簡単成功。外に何があるか、まずはお尋ねになるべきかと。何？ 教えてくれ。何が待っている？
This giant ball there.
巨大な球体、それから邪悪なサルども。奴らはその球体の上で殴り合いをしている。お前もその中の一匹だよ。基本的には邪悪なサルどもが。これはあれかな？地球のことかな？ああ、サルは殴り合いってのはよく耳にする。何のことだ？資源の奪い合い？そんなのはどっかで拾ってきた馬鹿げた表現。今日のプレゼンで覚えて帰るべきは以下に尽きる。他の邪悪なサルの顔面を殴れ。出なければ負ける。なるほど。なんだか俺もやってみたいな。むくんだ肉塊のどっかにそれはある。そう、感覚だ。こうなんか、すごい響きが。軟膏に引き寄せられるハエのごとく、お前の意識はそれに釘付けになる。痛みとあらゆるな苦しみだけの獅子と頭のマシンが再び転化する。それは砂漠を歩きたがる、痛がる、絶望する。ディスコ音楽に合わせて踊る。助けてくれおふくろ。俺は首に取り付けられた頭の中に閉じ込められてる。やめている気が形の言っていた絶縁の胸の中に戻してくれ。1かな？お前の口から酒の悪臭が立ち上る。そして信じられないほどの頭痛が。俺は一体誰なんだ？どんな生き物が自分の口にこんな仕打ちをする？適々とした稲妻がお前の頭蓋骨を貫き、その両目を開けさせようとする。音だ。甲高い地獄からの叫び声だ。なぜかお前はその音を知っている。内縁四輪車クープリスキニーマ。なんだ？目を開ける。この音か。確かにうるせえな。どうした全裸なんだか？全裸なんだが？ああ、これで動くのね。で、これはなんだ？チェキ。あ、これでも動けるのか。空っぽのコモドールレッドの大瓶。服着る？服とか着れるのかなこれ。フレアカットパンツ。タブキーをしてハイライト。ああ。まず、上着があるんじゃない？ここに。ディスコグルーのブレザー。こっちは？これ回転できねえのかな？あ、拡大はできるのか。これなんだ？サテン地の白シャツ。これは？バスタブの中にワイン、ビール、甘いリキュールの瓶がある。二日酔いってことですか？これはなんだ？
A mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off.
壊れ傾いた洗面台の上に鏡がある。何者かがたけだけしい力を目いっぱいぶつけたらしく、蛇口は半分ちぎれている。おお。
Was this not the same Elo that founds empires and lays
こん
waste
な
to
ことを
cities?
するエラン。力があれば、些細な出来事には目もくれず、たけだけしく帝国を築き、都市を滅ぼせるんじゃないか？
Probably not, no.
多分無理だ。
Hot water sprays from the faucet's
蛇
base
口の根元から湯が吹き出し、湯気で鏡がくぼる。鏡に映るのは一人の男のぼんやりした像だけで自分の顔を見ることはできない。
Suddenly, you realize
あ
you
なたは
have no
突然気
memory
づ
of
く。
the
柔
face
らかい湯
of
気の向こうに待ち受けてる自分の顔を一切思い出せないことに。え？自分の顔が思い出せないの？あ、これってこと？この左下の顔？うん、鏡拭けよ。
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of
う
the
ん。
mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this
お
through.
やめください。
You won't
軽
like
はび
what
な
you
行動
see
は
there,
慎むべきで
and
す。
you
そこ
will
に映
never
るもの
unbecome
を
it.
あなたがお気に召すはずがない。そしてひとたび見てしまえば、なかったことにはできないのです。ああ。自分の顔を触って何もおかしなところがないか確かめるべきかもしれない。
There is definitely something wrong with
そう
it.
とも間違いなくおかしな顔だからな。何がおかしい？そこまでひどくないだろ
Where to even begin?
う。むくみ
There is the、
腫れ。
bloatedness,
あ
then the
あ。
swollenness. It's like there's an upholstery of alcohol underneath
なる
your
ほど
skin.
ね。鼻も触ってみ
It's
る？
not. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose
鼻で息
either.
をするたび痛む上に、どうやら小鼻というわけでもなさそうだが、ガブ飲みした酒を吸収してしまったせいだな。ああ。少なくとも舌は大丈夫だ
It's
ろ
not. It's swollen and
う。ナメ
snail
クジのよう
like.
に膨らんで、お前の指の間でのたうっている。なんだよ。鏡拭くぞ。
Behold.
とくと見よう。あ、なんか急に顔出てきた。ぶっ細工やな。はい。
You have no
まあ、
idea
こっちはちょっ
who
と
this
イ
thing
ケオジだよ
is,
ね。
do you?
もちろん誰か分かってる。こいつは、どっかのスーパースターかな？あ、なんかちょっと文字が被ってますけど。
It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Oh wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that
何のために
face?
表情を作ろうとしてるのか。それは俺がスーパースターだからだろ。
It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
断る。
You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your... What does it even mean?
なんだよ。
What is
表
the
情
emotion
に
you're
どんな
trying to
感情を
convey?
伝えている？と、思わせっぷりなつもりなんだが、恥ずかしながらレディーにとってね。
Please promise yourself you are not going to try it on any of the ladies. Whatever happens.
頼むからどんなことがあってもその顔でレディーを口説こうとしなり、約束する。かっこ嘘。
You liar. You can't even tell the truth to yourself. Go ahead. Try something.
あ、経験値が入った。嘘つきめ。なんだこれ。嘘つきめ。自分さえ真実を語れないとはな。さあ、鏡に向かって何か試してみろ。鏡が話しかけてきてるんだね。で、これはホワイトスキルチェックだ。再挑戦できる。3% か 42% か。いいじゃん。
It belongs in the
あ、なん
new,
か成功した
the
らしい。
third decade of the current century. Enough time had passed from the
その
failure
表
of the
情は
revolution that, for a fleeting
新
moment,
近代
free
時
market
代、すなわ
economy
ち現代
seemed like the
30
ultimate, uncontested way
現
of
世紀では
life
30年
for
代に由
our
来するものだ。
species.
もう何言ってるかわかんないけど、
Things were good. It
いい時代だっ
was
た。
smooth sailing.
順風満帆だった。
People made gold and champagne-tinted interiors and facades to suit
ディ
the
スコがち
times,
ょうど。
calling this forever show. Your
令和
city,
勝利にとってお前の街にとってたった一つの意味しなかった。
Guillaume
ギョ
la
ム
Million.
ギョムルミリオン。
If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing it right.
韻を踏んでいない場合は発音が正しくありません。お
Out of the dazzling swirl of disco music, in an open air, boîte de nuit, somewhere in Revachol West, Guillaume's
Night
blonde
club.
mane appeared on the screen. He sang some bullshit. Then he made the expression.
あー 他に分かることは、例えば俺はなぜ、誰なのか、どうして記憶を失うまで酒を飲んだのか。
You have some understanding of the near history of disco. The rest is darkness. Aside from the useless fact that the motor carriage outside was a caprice.
ああ、車ね。車が、クープリスキニーマだという役に立たない知識はある。近時代はどのくらい昔の時代だ？
Some 20 odd years.
20年前。
There is a vast ocean of time between right now and the expression.
まあ、一個ずつ見ていきますか。
Everyone loved it. Maybe you thought some of the stardust would rub off on you. Maybe it did.
この表情をするときは舌を鳴らさなきゃいけない気分。
Only the click is used to spur on a horse. It also features
メガヒット曲
in
Don't
Guillaume
Worry
Million's regional mega hit
Your
Don't Worry.
Pretty Little Hair で結論を
It
描く
doesn't
と
have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne cork smile whenever you want to.
思考を獲
Maybe
得した
some of the stardust will return.
表情の出所を知ってる。これ成功できないんじゃない？はい、鏡を放っておきましょうか。とりあえず。どういうゲームなんだろうね。で、タブで、まあ、なんかいろいろありますね。これ今。これはオープンできない？とりあえず二日酔いで起きたってことよね。このオープンリール式テーププレイヤーはまだ電源が入っているが、テープが装着されないまま回転している。ちょっと見えないんだが。ね。テープはなんか靴かかってないこれ。オッケー。左足右足はどこ行った？右足は。これはなんだちなみに。カセットケース。曲の再生中に誰かがテープを引き抜いたようだ。俺じゃないかな。これは何？金属の鳴る音が聞こえる？鍵が入ってる。1号室と刻まれている。なるほど。ポケットに鍵が入ってたのか。あとは、なんかこれ回ってんよ、これ。このシーリングファンには2本のフルスイッチがある。1本のチェーンは小さなファンに、もう1個は電球につながっている。恐ろしく守備で悪いネクタイがどういうわけかブレードの一つに引っかかっている。だけんじゃないよ。何これ。ファンのチェーンを引けよ、まず。なんなら電球のチェーンも引いとけ。明るいって言ってんの？眩しい光が脳に焦げ穴を開ける感覚が上ことになるか。じゃあ電気消すか。で、ネクタイをつかむ。ってかネクタイをつかむのも失敗する可能性があるってこと？怖っ。なるほどね。うわなんか体力が減少した。電気をつけたままだと体力が減少するの？最低だな。
You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left
胸に違和感？
your jaw.
胸焼け？
It's many years of combined self-neglect and self.
いや、何年も自虐に。何？意識を失わないようにする。降伏するしかない。
It gets so dark. Cop suffers final heart attack. The detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death, though abrupt, did not come as a surprise to those who knew him. He
もう
was the
死んだろこれ
heaviest
俺。
Captain Ptolemy Price, the deceased superior officer, commented, "That ain't easy on the ticker." He loved his liquor, sure, said the
死んでしまったー。マジかよ。冗談じゃない。何だったんだよ。どういうあれにするんだっけ。肉体が弱くてこれだっけ。結構容易に死ぬんだなこれ。マジか。こんなとこにトラップが。電気つけるだけで死んだんだけど。待て。とんでもないゲームに足を踏み入れてしまった可能性があるぞ。
Never, ever, ever. An inordinate amount of time passed. An awareness creeps up. Ex-love. Do you really? Alright. Nothing down to fuck all. Not you. Do you really? You wouldn't like it.
fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
Yes. There's this giant. You can't even. Infinitus. Vying for resources. Yes. You lot.
The sound outside. You reckon
とりあえず最初のやつは目を開けるまでの流れだし。いやーちょっと電気気をつけないといけないな。電気普通に死ぬわ。電気つけるだけで死ぬなんて。この世界は。心臓発作なんだな。心臓が弱いんだな。よし、それを肝に銘じて、パチパチやっていきましょう。まずこれゲットして、これもゲットして、OK。で、これゲットして、靴ゲットして、カセットテープが回転していって、これね。で、サテンの生地のこれを取って、OK。で、鏡を覗いてあの戦いをもう一回するのね。
was this not? Probably not. No. Hot water. Suddenly, you realize you had no
で、
memory of
本
the
当に
fate,
何
really,
も
or recollection.
本当に
Really,
何もで、
or
鏡を
regular
拭い
as you
て、
abort. You clearly have not thought this through.
鏡
You
を
won't like what you. Yeah, there is
Okay.
definitely where to even begin. It's not. It's not. It's swell. Behold, you have
Okay.
no idea.
で、ス
It
ーパースター
appears you're
で
also dead. Please stop. It's horrible. You're scared
断
you
る。
can't. Can What does it even mean?
レディーが
Please
どうの
promise
で
yourself
嘘をつ
you
い
lie.
て、
You can't even tell the truth to yourself. Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. It's too late. Like
なんだよ。失
a
敗し
mirror
たぞ。
hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned.
ああ、なんかダメだったらしい。
You hear a jingle. It says, "Word."
なるほど。百科事典を手に入れなきゃいけないのか。で、これね。これ気をつけなきゃいけない。
This fan has
ま
two
ずは、
chamber switches.
ファンのチェーンを引いてからネクタイをつかむと。
It should be. You reach out to
ネ
grab
ク
the
タ
tie.
イ。
But what's this?
お、やっぱ。なんだ
You feel something in your chest.
嘘。 誰か助けてくれ。
Screaming isn't all you feel is cop suffers final.
ちょっと待って。おい、ネクタイ締めない方がいいまであるぞ、これ。なんだこれ、肉体が劣悪だからか。そんなわけなくね。 でなんか百科事典を持ってればどうのこうのって言ってたけどな。まあでもちょっと演劇で行くって決めたから、これでもう一回行くんだけど。ダメなの？ネクタイ取ることすら許されないの？やばないそれ。まだ俺、このなんか、部屋から一歩も出れてないけど。
There ever, never, never, ever, ever been an audience amount of time. Yes, you got it. I know you. Coming right. Alright. Do you want the song of like a the stench of fiery?
Somehow, you know what.
とりあえず最初の選択肢は何でもいいらしい。もう、パンツ一丁でネクタイ取れるかどうかチェックしようか、じゃあもうこれ。取らなくてもいいのかな、ネクタイ。
This fan has two chambers.
ファンのチェーンを引いて、ファンが止まるべ？
It should be easier
で、
to
ネクタイを
lose
掴
time.
むわけよ。
You swoop up and catch the tie.
なんか危なかったんじゃないか、
It's
これ。
what you have in your hand.
お前さ、ネクタイ、ほらほら、上半身裸でネクタイだけしてるべ。で、これ取って、で、顔を思い出して、
A mirror hangs. Was this probably not? Hot water. Suddenly, you realize you haven't. As you abort, you clearly have not thought. Behold, you have no idea who this. It appears you're also dead. Please stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself. Oh my God! What does it even mean? What is the emotion? You should check yourself for a pulse, because from here you find no sign of life on your swollen neck. However, putting your hand on your chest reveals an irregular heartbeat. You appear to be alive.
要はこれ 42% の確率で成功するってことなんだ。
Like the rest of
ダ
you,
メだったわ。
it comes from a bad place.
まあ別にこれ自体はいいか。これ使えないの？売れるのこれ。で、靴ね。俺のもう一個の靴はどこにあるんだろうな。なんか割れてるな、これ。すまん。
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
92%。
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window
外に
came
向
from
かって
inside.
飛んでいて何者か内側が。
A fine web of scarring covers the back
なんで
of
ガ
your
ラス割れた
right,
の？
more likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor. It is too large for a
銃
bullet,
弾にしては
yet
大
too
きすぎ、
small
調
for
度
a piece
品
of
にしては小
furniture.
さすぎ。
You're looking for something heavy. The single green shoe you found fits the hole almost as well as your foot. It would have also
投げ
been
たの
heavy
か
enough.
よ。
Congratulations. You smashed the window with your own shoe.
いや、靴
Now
取りに
the
行こうよ。
cold wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the
も
cold.
う片方の靴を探せ。OK。で、鍵
You
が入って
hear
んだ
a
よな。
it says whirling.
じゃあもうチェックすることは終わり？ここ。これなんだろうこれ。これが回転的なのがちょっと気になるな。これは開かないんですね。じゃあ扉から外に出ますか。出れるんだろうな。 あ、なんか出てる。おお、出れた。初めて出れた。今は51年。女子がいるからちょっと話聞いてみようか。
Hello, officer.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
クラッシュ。ミス・オランエ・ディスコダンサー。
Her eyes are brown and her face is speckled with
君は
birthmarks.
ブラウン、そばかす、28歳以上ではないだろ
A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle
う。オ
of
フィサー、俺は
genuinely
軍人なのか
No.
ならどうして俺のことをオフィサーと呼んだ
Because you're a police officer, sir.
警察官。ああ、そういうことか。本当か
I am, yes. Unless you've been feeding us a set of very well rehearsed lies all this
ええ、
time.
本当。それがあなたが入念に準備した嘘で、今日まで私を騙してきてんじゃない限り。今日までと
You've
は
been here for 3 days.
あなたは
On
3日前
official
からここ
police
にいる
business, no
警
less.
察の公務任務でね。任務は何
Couldn't say. In truth, so far.
お酒を飲んでたけど。う
You have no doubt about the drinking.
ん。なるほど
But
ね
do。you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk?
暗示。
She must have heard something.
多分、俺は自分のいる場所が分かってない。
She nods.
There's a mercenary out back.
裏庭に傭兵がいる。首をつられた
Body
状
has
態
been。there for a week now. The locals probably got tired of it and called
なぜならそのこ
I
と。
didn't mean to overwhelm you with information.
一度にたくさん情報を聞かされて参っちゃうでしょ
Lost
あなた少し途方に暮れてる感じだもん。ああ、なるほど。なんで自分のこ
Could
とを
it
忘れ
be
ているのか
because。of the drinking?
正気の人間は俺なんかに法の番人を任せ
Don't
る
be so
か。
harsh on yourself.
で、
You're
これは
like
難
almost
しいんだ
anyone being a
ね。
police officer.
17ファ。じゃあま
Of
た今度
course.。Be careful, officer. They don't like the police
あ、
around
いなくなっちゃ
here.
った。あ、違う、でも部屋に入ったのか。
Something stirs.
え、
in
ちょっと待
you
って。
as she's about to go.
オフィサー、この地域の住人は警察を嫌っ
The
てい
need
る。
to ask questions. It's like you said the words a million times before.
本能というべきもの、質問をしなければという感覚。ああ、なるほどね。
She looks back at you, a light glinting off her eyes.
行く前にいくつか質問に答えてほしい。警官が嫌われている理由。
The dock workers are pretty cocky.
湾岸労働者たちが我が物顔で歩いている。彼らは自分たちが警察だと考
I
え
can't
て
say
いる。
about the rest of the city.
ああ、なるほどね。自分の島に立ち入るなってことね。ここは正確にどこ？
You're in a hostel, sir.
ホステルよ。どこなん？世界のどこ？
We are in Revachol.
レバショー。
Revachol is the disgraced former capital of the world, divided into
汚職に
zones
ま
of
みれてる
control
大
under
都市。
foreign occupation. Half a century after a
あ、一応
failed
中心
world
都市ってこと
revolution,
ね。
she is central to our moment in time.
You sure look like you're from Revachol.
Le-
Revachol parties.
レバショール人ね。レバショールの当事者。
Her accent suggests she is not from around here. She's from Aranier,
この辺りの
another
出身
part
で
of
は
the
ない。
world.
なるほどね。
It's 51.
何世紀？
The current century?
現世紀。
Centuries don't have numbers.
What about
They have
Gensei?
names. Civilization has existed for
8000年も
8,000
前。
years, sir. You're right. There is nothing funny about civilization.
あ、物音を聞い
There
た
was
か？
the usual ruckus. Loud disco music. I
なるほど
couldn't
ね。デ
say.
ィスコ音楽。
It's impossible to hear people speaking from over here. Oh, yes. Various artists. Ostentatious orchestration prime among them.
Oh, that. Yeah. Whoa. The less said about OO, the better.
Oh, were huge where I come from. I was very young then, of course. Like 7. Life gets hard, but we go on. I don't know about that. At around 2 o'clock, disco stopped.
深夜2時に音楽が止まった。ああ、なるほど。
A slow, sad song started
スロー
playing.
テンポの悲しげな曲、オルガンっぽい伴奏。
That went on for quite a while.
大声で歌ってた。
Some of the time you were yelling along to it.
何を歌ってたんだ？ああ。空のケース。
Yes, there was a church in there. A really small church.
これだった
Like
ん
the
だ。
smallest, saddest church in the whole world. It was about that it doesn't matter anymore and that we're alone now. It
手
was
負いの
difficult
石師
to
みたいな
tell.
声出してい
The
た。
song itself was very quiet
なるほど
and
ね。
soft, but
迷惑かけたなって。
I was going out later anyway.
その後どうなっ
Then you
た？
started screaming and trashed
部
the
屋をめちゃめちゃ
place.
にしてた。誰かに襲われた可能
It
性？
didn't sound like there was a fight. It sounded like a window was smashed. The tape player probably. The song stopped. And furniture too. A real destructathon.
なるほど
There
ね。
there was. I think you screamed
こんな
that
生き物でいる
you
のは嫌だ。
didn't want to be this type of animal anymore.
なるほど
I went
ね。
out afterwards. Everything was quiet by then.
ありが
Glad
と
to have been of assistance.
う。なんか結構いろいろ聞けた。酔っ払ってたってことよね。だから。靴が片っぽしかないんですよね、現状ね。これは何でしょう。小銭をゲットした。ああ、お金拾っちゃう系男子なんだ。おお、結構な外。なんか落ちてる。あ、靴じゃん。My shoes.
There they both are.
もう
Two
一つの靴を
identical
探せ。
shoes,
両
both
足の靴が揃っ
hopelessly
た。
green and
Okay.
in like two baby crocodiles.
まるで2匹のワンちゃんだ。ああ、普通の警官が履くような靴には見えない。
It's pretty clear a
履
normal
き心地
good.
は
They're balanced, comfy.
ああ、
Feels
気力が回復したらしい。なるほどね。OK、やっと軌道に乗り出した感じだね。あ、これあれだな。右クリックでも、あれが見れるんだな。ここはさっきのお姉ちゃんの部屋でしょ？これは新聞。あ、入ってってんのかな？銃弾とかあるぞ。うん。これはマップ。なるほどね。OK。じゃあ降りるか。なんか事件を担当してんだよな。これは何なんだ？歌詞を置くカードでマイク？これは
You should totally sing karaoke here. The first chance you get.
カラ
Your
オケをし
emotions
な
need
けれ
to
ば
be
なりませ
expressed.
ん。
People need to know your vast oceanic soul.
俺の心は途方もなく大きい。
Utterly. And it needs to be heard through a PA system by other people.
その時が来たら何を
You
歌えば
should
いい？
sing the sad small church
あ
song
あ、
from that
小
tape
さな
you
教
found.
会の歌を歌うよね。
Thought it was obvious. serves them right. Wipe that smirk. You would need another copy of the
Okay.
tape first, though.
カラオケ歌え。
The one upstairs is destroyed.
テープのコピーが必要です。
Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes.
う
So,
ん。タスクが更新された。歌詞を覚えたら歌え。歌詞も覚えてねえのかよ。テープを聞いてたのに。Hey, Master.
a man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he is purposely ignoring you. A
緑の
competent work of
剥製を見る。
taxidermy. The white and brown seabird looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used
展示
to
用
mount
で
it.
翼が折れてしまって直そうとしている。
This is the great skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola.
あ
The
ー
part
なんか
of the
特徴
world
的な
you
鳥なんですね。
Something about it makes you feel bitter.
それはオートド
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
俺の相棒っ
He
てどういう意味だ
pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird
あ、全然
instead.
ダメだった。
Oh no, you're a hero.
Could the massive property
Hero
damage
って言ってる。
upstairs have anything to do with this?
皮肉を言うのはやめてくれ。
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
現場にいち早く乗り込んで死体を下ろして殺人事件を解決して。
You're right, you didn't, and it's only taken you 3 days not to. No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
ああ、いつもいるわけじゃないんだ。
No, I'm not the
カフェテリ
bartender.
アの店
He's
長。
very animated all of a sudden. This seems like a touchy subject.
バーテンダーみたいに見え
That
る。
period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar
あ
here,
あ
not me.
経営者なんですね。
She just, you know,
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding
あ、
something.
これ演劇の効果で嘘をついてる、何かを隠してるのが分かるんだ。
so now you're a cop. Oh, forget it.
今頃警官に戻ってたのか？チューブのことは忘れてくれ。なんだろうね。これで嘘とかがわかるか。なるほどね。相棒がどうのって言ってたな。昨日のメニューは女性の手書き。今日のメニューは男性。誰かが働いている。この後ろで。じゃあこの部屋から全部捜索しましょうかね。16時。電源コードは抜かれている。
Hello, sweetie.
ハロー、ハンサムさ
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
ん。ダメだ。こいつかな相棒は。
A bespectacled man in an
Kim,
orange bomber jacket is
Kisaragi.
tapping his foot on the floor. Looks as you approach. He narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the
いや、
windows
もしも
came
この瞬
crashing
間に
down,
何らかの攻撃がこの建物に加えられ、
all
粉々に割れたガラスが降
this
り
man
注ぎ
would、hurl
世界の
himself
全てが落ちてきても、
to save
この
you.
男は自分の命も顧みずお前を守ろうとするだろう。なぜだ？握手しよ
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Prison 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he's waiting for. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative.
う。あ
Conceptualize.
83% で成功。成功した。
Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your
Oh.
name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire,
思った以上に思い出せないんじゃないか
but
よ。
mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath.
自分の名前が全くわからないんだ。
Okay then. It looks like we had a little scheduling error.
日曜日、
on
我
Sunday.
々の間にスケジュールの
Saturday
日がや
too,
った。
actually.
土曜
Have
日
you
にも
had
だ。
time to talk to the manager?
あ、
yet?
話したよ
What。he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area.
ああ、
It
確かに。
also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
聞き込み
At the 57th, we like to prepare an initial list of persons of interest, and then just skim the surface. Right. And the interviews?
うーん。
Okay. We'll have time for that after we take a look. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
遺体脇から下ろしたのか死体だって、
Mm-hmm.
いや。
So, the body is...
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's
ああ、
voice.
頼んでたんだ
It
ね。
is ob-
where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
ああ。何も思い出せない。
I can see you drank last night and the night before. And that yours, if you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby.
あ
But as
あ
I。said, the dead body should be
しょうがねえな。
on number after you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
You mean you don't have a badge?
目覚めた時にはすでになかった。
Losing your identification card is a serious matter.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party.
うわ、なんかパーティーに加わった。
By interacting with
タスクがなんかいっぱい出てきたよ。事情聴取、遺体を調べろ、バッジの紛失を報告しろ。ああ、この3つをやればいいのね。オッケー。あ、なんか後ろついてくるな。ずいずいと。ここ中入るけどな、俺は。ラギを。あ、鍵かけられてんのかい。じゃあ店長に話を聞くまでだ。へい。
The man with the unimpressive.
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41.
山火事のような金色とオレンジ色をしているが酒の匂いのするものなんだ。なんだよ、それ。なぞなぞまあ何も言わないでおくか。
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to...
No, I only just got here. It
シルビーが
was
通報
probably
した。
Sylvie who called you. She,
Do you have her number?
as a matter of fact, I do.
ああ、番号ゲ
You
ット
said
ね
you。just got here. From where?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I
Jamrock.
only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many cafeterias.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case...
Yes, I know where some things
多
are,
少は知っ
but
ている。
as I said, I don't live here.
二度とここ
I
に
just
来ない。
used to work here.
I didn't imply that. Detective,
警部補お、警部補なの
Means this is where you step in and ask your questions. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous question,
お前が
which
犯
you
人
can
か
later use in the more
増える前
sinister
に死体が
ones,
どこにあるか
not
尋ねよ
vice versa.
う。無害な質問で得た情報はその後のより辛辣な質問で利用することができるが、その逆は不可能だからな。
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First, you exit through that. Then, to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian
Oh.
cavalry to fit through.
で誰が殺したか
I
聞いてみ
don't
る
know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
This
ごもっ
is
ともだ。
it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
あいつらが木に吊るした。あ、本当だ。あいつらって言ってる。うん。
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching.
おー、なるほどね。
The locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the deboarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her.
なんでリンチした
I
の
would
か。
suppose it's because they have nothing
何も
better
する
to
こと
do.
がないから。
You mean the strike?
ストライキなんかしてんの？
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbor company, I hear. A mercenary.
木に吊るされた男は港を所有している会社の警備員、傭兵。なるほどね。
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away.
裏庭の死体と俺が電話番号を聞いたせい。なんだよ。
Thank you.
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about
雇
that
用
for
主は
you?
従業員をデートに誘った。彼女は行きたくなかったが、断りにくかった。なるほどね。
Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
要件は以上だ。
Not
Okay.
so fast. You owe me 130 real.
130リアル。
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR,
お金持ってないんだよな。
Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
国際的通貨。お前が世界のどこに逃げたとしても、彼にいくらかの負債をしているとか考えて差し支えない。
Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real.
その代金は何の料金か
Let's
聞くか。
see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages.
100リアル。
Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar.
バーの
On a
半分の
tab
酒を
of
壊
30
滅。
real. Actually, more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes,
なるほどね。
real is still money. What are you, a philosopher?
哲学者か何かかって言われた。苦労し
Money
てるっ
is
て。
what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything,
う
really.
ん、金の入手
Are you serious?
労
From your
働だよっ
work?
て言った。
I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. I don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
なるほどね。これはちょっとこの選択からは逃げられそうもないな。 と話を進めてい
For
くか。
survival to pay me. Unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to be... If you run out of money,
ああ、
you
ダメ
die.
だ。ダメ
It's
だ。
like that for
ダメ
all
だ
of us. Me too.
この二
That's
択
why
だ
I。need you to pay me.
これがお金かっ
I'm not an asshole.
て聞いて、ちょっと待ってね。なに所持金がいくらか見えないな。でもなんか大してなかったんだよな。俺大して金持ってないんですよね。大して金持ってないのは知っていて、どうしたもんかね。話を進めるか。
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber. That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
なるほどね。
I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he
ああ、
doesn't.
今夜までだったらいいの。ああ、じゃあ稼いでくる。
Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away.
とりあえず家からこの現場に通ったらどうだ。自宅の場所なんか思い出せないけど。他に泊まれる場所
You
な
mean
いの？
somewhere else to run up a huge debt? I don't think so. The union squeezed most places out of business to fund the strike. You're better off home.
Officer, you really need to take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car.
Good luck.
ああ。支払いを援助してもらえるように頼んでくれって言ってる。なるほどね。
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure
覚えてないよ。
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere.
遠くかな？
In time or space?
時間的に？それとも空間的に？空間的じゃない？
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time.
何？
Maybe a
思考
street
獲得。
or an apartment will appear.
何？時間を巻き戻せ。おー、なかなかだな。で、なんかいっぱいある。完了したのは、事情聴取と靴を探すことだけ。オッケー。行くか。こいつに話しかけてみるか。
Yes? Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. Alright, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
これ。お前はメガネのことで警部補を揶揄したい衝動に少しばかり駆られるが、それに十分なテストステロンを分泌できずにいる。
Are they? They are mostly just cumbersome.
クールだぞって言っ
You
た。
could use a good, normal pair yourself.
なるほどね。見た目が違う
It's。because I'm half Seolite, or quarter.
ソウル
My
人の
father's
ハーフ。
father was from Seoul. So was my grandmother. But from my mother, it's a
ソウル
part
人
of
とは
the
誰？
world, officer. A geopolitical entity. And a
Sale is a protectionist. isolationist pan-Isolari state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even
ソウルの
say
こと知
You're
りたいって
barking at
人。
the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my
なる
grandparents.
ほ
a
どね。
point of pride to him.
秘密は何かある？
The lieutenant nods.
なるほどね。
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary. The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school.
あ、これは何？自分の中の人格と話し合ってるのこれ。そういうことか。
But this isn't an old school case.
あ、なんかゲームの意味が分かってきた。これは要は自分の概念と話をしてるのか。これは昔ながらの事件じゃないよっていうふうに、言っていて、ちょっと待って。
貧弱だな。第3次じゃん。大変なことに。今回は棒読みちゃん派オフ会かな？言い回しが独特だわね。発売が夏に延期されてたの。待ってたアバンチャですん。
ひずきさんいらっしゃいませ。コメントを読むやつが落ちてました。これなんかたまに落ちるんですよね。だから、話を戻すと、この昔ながらの刑事なんだなっていうのはなんかちょっと皮肉っぽいよね。まあこれかな。
唐突に逆再生された。
逆再生されました。
I can't say that it
Hello.
does, no. When I
Hello,
need to
this.
think, I just use my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his
なるほど
small
ね、手帳。
blue. We all have our different mediums. His is written.
Good. Let's change the subject.
あ、話題を変えようってなってる。事件について教え
What
て
do
く
you
れ。
want to know?
文字通り全部さ。
Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Then you are not that far behind, actually. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the whirling and rags
部屋から出れずに心臓発作で他界してびっくりした。
No
ほ
one
んと
had
それ。
time to investigate.
てか4日間潰されて誰も通報しなかったのか。
During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company.
あ、被害者特定されてるの
security
か。
guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course.
通報者で何でも分かってない。
They didn't identify themselves in any way. The tone was muffled using a device of some sort.
なんで身元隠したの？
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters.
あー、なるほ
The
ど
Dock
ね。
Workers Union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
RCM ってのは警察のことかな。
The Revachol Citizens Militia.
あー、なるほど。レバショ
We're
ール
the
シティ
police
ズ
in
ン
this city.
ミリタリア。
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol.
あー、なるほど
The
ね。
RCM operates within a legal twilight.
念のためにはっきり
Yet
させておきたい
its。authority
That's right.
その通りだ。経験値を獲得したらしい。事前情報
You
獲得。
mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief you again? 3 days ago, during that time, the victim had been... Okay then. Was there anything else you wanted
怪
to
奇事件
know?
だと思うか。
No, it it's not a particularly mysterious. The
そうな
deceased
の
is
か
a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute.
端
It
的な
doesn't
情
take a
報
DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. Then you are in luck, because we are in the midst of a major strike by the dock workers union. Maybe more than that. The union clearly wants a piece, not just of the
うー
industrial harbor.
ん、まあ
Is
OK か
this
な
a。strike then? Or the first shots in a workers' coup?
I expect the case itself to be less challenging than navigating these community matters. This district isn't used to the RCM's presence, and the union rarely overplays its hand, as it appears to have done in this strike,
クーデター
coup, revolution. It's
山賊
brigandage,
行為
however you parse it.
You feel something rising through you, a familiar feeling, an opinion taking form.
何かを感じるって言ってるな。こっちかな。
When I said we have to navigate community matters, I did not mean we have any say in them.
From an imaginary fan.
クソが扇風機にぶつかる。大変なことになる。
Now, was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
小便の飛ばしごっこ今日。
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
自分が何に加わっているのかも覚えていない。
That's good.
That's good って言われた。
It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any
茶
more
番
time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim.
事件と関係ありそう
Later.。
後でだって言
Was
って
there
る。
anything else you wanted to know about the case?
なるほどね。
Good.
俺が完全に記憶を失っていることをあんたは知って
No
るべきだ。
response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
鵜呑みにしていく。
Have you tried concentrating on something other than...
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your
個人的な事情は聞き飽きた。
Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenant.
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure
警部補の下には
called
巡
the
査部
Pilotage
長
as
と
its chain of
巡査がい
command.
る。
Every lieutenant is responsible for 2 sergeants and 8 officers.
こんばんは。
That means
あ、宮地こんばんは。いらっ
has
しゃい
to
ませ。
deal with quite a few personal
す
affairs.
げえさ、自分の意識語りかけてくるじゃん、この百科事典。
Try work.
仕事に、
推理ゲーム、面白そうですね。
仕事をしろって言われてる。
Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m.
あ、なんかいろいろタ
If
ス
you're
ク。
still having trouble then, I can give you... Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is ambiguous.
Clearly, he prefers to think you're
み
malingering.
なっちさんこっちではお久しぶりです。
仮病を使っていると考えたらしい。
As to retroactively erase their entire life.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You
あ、
can
診
use the
察を受け
radio
ろ
in
って言った。
Makinima to call your station's Lazar. What do you want to know?
あ、でももうなんか全部チェックして
You
る
mean
な。
like a brief? There's no reason to. 3 days ago, during that time, the victim had been... Okay then. Was there anything... No, it's not...
The lieutenant adjusts.
Good. Excuse me? Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged state. You have trouble remembering things. That's good. Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self. Please do. We wouldn't...
The lieutenant is pretty sure self-care is just a euphemism for nihilistic binge.
虚無的な叫びたりだと思ってるのか、セルフケアが。なるほどね。結構いろいろタスク出たぞ。なんか割とタスクはいろいろ出たな。で、なんか経験値が増えたけど、まだレベルアップはできないらしい。 まあ、とりあえず、ここに行くか。あ、立ち入り禁止なんだった、ここ。ちっちしよう。で、おばあちゃんに話聞こうか、おばあちゃん。おばあちゃんだっけこれ、お姉さん
Hello, sweetie.
レナ。
Wait, who's Sweetie?
ハンサムって誰のことだ
Why, you are, officer. You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin.
まあ、どうもありがとう。
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I'm Lena.
レ
My
ナ。
husband Morel and I are
ゲイ
staying
リー
with
の家
our
に滞
friend
在してい
Gary
る。
just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
ハンサムには金がいるんだ、もらえないから。さすがにそれはひどいな。
Yes, officer.
なるほどね
You。look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely
酒
things
を浴び
can't
る
be
ほど
that
飲んで
bad.
文字通り全て
Oh
忘れ
my.
た。
You know where we are, right? That's right. And where is the Whirling in Rags cafeteria itself located?
レバショー
Yes, indeed. We are in the fine city of Revachol.
花の都レバショー。
How would I even begin to tell you? I haven't seen very many other cities personally,
ああ、
but
綺麗な場所なんで
everyone
すね
says。so. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes?
今年が何年かは知ってる。
That's right, dear.
51年の春。
How splendid. Here, take this pen.
このペンをあげ
Knowledge
る
should。always be
なんかペンもら
rewarded.
った。
Her relief is palpable. She was getting pretty worried about you.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question.
どんな
What
す、
regime
なん
are
か
we living under?
政治の
What
こと
mode
を
of
聞かれてきたぞ。
government?
民主主義民主主義
Nope. Sadly not.
違うんだ。民主主義じゃないんだ。
Revachol is what's called a zone of control.
市場型の、市場主導型
We
の
have
民
no
主主義。
government of our own, and what democracy we have.
Meaning, buying is voting.
Oh dear. And you were doing so well. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement
警
has
官はい
been
な
up,
いんだ。
but we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone. You were doing quite well up until the end there.
最後の質問ではよくで
Does
きてい
look
た。
like you're having trouble remembering.
A sigh. The lieutenant.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what
革命に
a
ついて。
defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it. It has something to do with everything. I really don't know how. Someone more educated in,
No, I'm not an encyclopedia.
of course. Then I don't know. Someone
金持
rich,
ち
maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
なるほどね。
Yes, dear. I'm a
下半
paraplegic.
A
身です。
paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height.
That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway. Whatever do you mean?
車椅子に乗った俺の相棒になって一緒に犯罪戦い。ああ。
Sequence killers? Oh my.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree.
あんたの言う通りかもな、
It
キム。
seems to me that you lucked out with your partner.
ハンサムに
sweetie,
お金くだ
I
さい。
heard your conversation with the manager about your financial troubles. When do you get your next paycheck?
給料日なんて言葉は
You
初
must
耳
be
だ。
joking.
It's not easy to assert your right to a deed.
Interesting idea. This Evra sounds powerful. Maybe you can wrangle some coins
お、
out of
給
his
料日もらえるかもって言ってる。ゴブゴブ。ゴブゴブだよ。レッドスキルチェック。再挑戦はできないって言ってる。じゃあやめよう。
Oh,
話題変え
no,
よ
I'm so sorry. Of course,
う。
dear.
グッバイ。グッバイ。じゃあ、外に出て。で、なんだって右に行くって言ってたよな。右はこっちか。でもなんかこっちにこれあるの気になっちゃうよね。話しかけちゃう？警官。偵察クソくらい。それはまずいんじゃないか？豚は豚小屋に帰れ。あ、走れるんや。あ、裏庭に行きましょう。誰かいる。違うか、誰かじゃなかった。なんかやってる、なんかやってる。何やってんのお前。うわー。絶望的な状況。何してんのお前。
Kuno's got this.
苦悩がやってやる。
If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it.
Oh yeah, Nappa Gumpy Kuno.
フィンランド語でど真ん中。
Can't talk, pig. Shit's coming up strong. Throwing rocks.
クソが強くなってくるんだ。石を投げてると。
Shit coming up strong. That sounds good.
いい表現。
Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about.
何がジューシーだ
I
って
mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
ハーブ。ハーブを決めてん
Yeah,
の
Kuno, ride the lightning, Kuno. Kuno's riding at sea. The rake, Kuno.
熊で。
You should throw the rake. The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener.
お前たちは兄弟
The
か？
fuck are you talking about? He's calling us Kuno. He says we're fucking each other.
一緒に遊ばないか？
Fuck no. Kuno doesn't
お
buy
とり
that
捜
shit.
査に決まってる。
Fucking
ふざけ
entrapping
んじゃねえよ。いくつか質問したいだけなんだよ。
Entertain the Kuno. Show me what you got. What you got there? What you got, huh? Show me what you got. Shitload pig. What's your question? Don't tell the pig shit, Kuno. Pig's choking. He's totally choking.
俺たちは何を
If
して
I
いた
were to want to waste my time, which I do not, I would.
The usual being. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary? Or have you seen anything suspicious?
Just a couple of pigs sniffing around in the dirt. Yeah, you tell the faggoty, Kuno.
Looks like you're a fagari now. Whatever that means. The suspicious question doesn't really work in antagonistic situations.
こいつが誰か知ってる
Kuno's
か？
fuck imp. Kuno uses the
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
お、小僧は何も知らぬことを隠そうとしておりますだって。
Kuno knows what you meant. Kuno's not a snitch. That's all. Trying to make Kuno sing into the popo phone.
うーん。
Probably climbed. Kuno was busy down the road when that shit went down. You heard Kuno? Kuno wasn't even in Martinez. Kuno.
The city's too large for him to have left. But he wasn't here.
この都市は
either.
小僧が出てい
So
くには
where
巨大
was
すぎる。
he?
Told you, pig bacon. Kuno doesn't do regional. Kuno's been to place fucking Mesk, or I don't know.
There is no Night City anywhere. That sounds like the name of a city in some pulp science fiction novel.
Why you gotta be riding Kuno's ass? You haven't been where Kuno's been. You haven't been in. You wanna know where Kuno was? You wanna?
Don't tell him that, Kuno.
It's not fucking lame. Kuno's building Kuno's city, Night City, Raid City, the city of
Lame.
That's the name of Kuno's city, bitch. Get the fuck off Kuno's back. This shit ain't about that.
It's impossible to deduce what it is about, at least for the moment. If it's important, it'll come up later. Focus.
You're testing Kuno's.
Get lost.
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno's Kuno, pig.
It's always Kuno, never
一人称がクーノなんですね。
Clearly, the kid's using the third-person perspective as a shield.
Kuno doesn't do that smart shit. Don't throw that. Trying to get Kuno hooked.
Watch out, Kuno. He's trying to fiddle you. He's gonna help. Pig's got Kuno.
Help! He's got the Kuno, help! Help! He's digging his dick out.
Escalate, Kuno. It's
Pig's in here, Kuno. Somebody, please.
How did
うっ
we
とうしいな
get
こいつ。
How did this happen? This makes no sense.
理性に訴え
There
か
may
けろ。
still be a way out. Just appeal to his reason.
ああ、黙らせるのはちょっときついな。
Fucking logical. Help! The logical pig is fiddling Kuno. No!
The nearly psychopathic way they could slip in and out of the act implies you're not the first victim.
このサイコパスじみた巧みな態度の切り替えは、あなた様が初めての犠牲者ではないことを示唆している。なるほどね。
No one? Kuno's doing this because he likes it, pig.
This is where Kuno establishes dominance over you. Change of plan. You can't let that happen. It will make
help. The pig's gagging him. Kuno can't speak.
はいになってんのか？
Help! Misters, he's flashing
違う
Kuno.
な。
He's showing
誰
his
かに
jet.
仕込まれ
You
たは
put
ず。
him up to this yourself when you decided to talk to him in the first place.
Listen to your friend. Kuno owns the fat ass. Help! The RCM is trying to fuck Kuno.
あ
You put him up to this your.
Listen to your friend. Help! The RCM is trying to fuck Kuno in the ass.
You put him up to the.
Listen to your
Yeah, we're all in this together.
the lieutenant does.
help. Look,
For emphasis, a ghost is saying this. A shit.
I know you wanted to hit me. You got that. I'm gonna fuck.
Relax. He can't read your mind. He doesn't know there's a dead body. Remember, that's what you were doing here. You're a cop on a case.
死体のことを忘れたのか。お前がここに来た理由。お前は事件の捜査中の刑事。
It's good you said that. Here it is. Here we go.
ああ、そういう
Kuno
こと
likes
か。
this. Oh no. Pass you around like.
Kuno turned you.
No, you're not.
Bitch, you're gonna be in this.
A peepo is a type of hat, by the way.
いいピーポーだ
You
な
don't。talk to me about my fucking people. You don't know where I come from. You just.
Okay.
なんだ、全然話が進まねえな。
Ask your questions, but remember.
あ、なんか
this
質問していいことになっ
changes
た。
shit.
Click, 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 click.
へえ。なるほどね。共感。死体については何も知らなかったんだよな。
He's trying to hide the fact that he doesn't know.
何も知らぬことを隠そうとしている。
Kuno knows all kinds of shit. Kuno's not a snitch, that's all. Trying to make the Kuno sing into the popo phone. You're testing Kuno.
Get lost!
現場について。
The kingdom of Kuno? The fuck do you want with it? Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit.
ダメだ。もう、これしかない。もはや伝説しか残ってない。要はサイコロで、14を出すってことでしょ？そもそも、サイコロの目12なんだけど。で、共感がリアルから12が出ないといけないってことなんだね。きついなこれ。そうか。
Kuno doesn't.
なるほどね。これは何だろう。ハーブを育成してる。ハーブ決めちゃってんのかなもしかしたら。まあじゃあ、とりあえずこれ下ろしますか。登れなくはない。じゃあ下ろせなくない？これチェックするのか。
The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen. You seem to be holding your breath. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle.
コンテナ用ベルトが彼の首を不自然な角度に曲げている。
An ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils.
Active decay.
It's
a good throw up, officer. No one is judging.
吐いてもいいぞ。
Blow! Cop's gonna blow, Kuno!
吐き気、いや。無理。吐いちゃう。なんだこれ。なんかそう、確かに。これはなんだ？
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boots. Anywhere from
ワ
6
ーク
to
ブーツ
12
の痕
pairs
跡
of
が複数
wolf
残されている。6人から12人の集団がこう歩いていた。72% で正確な数を把握できるみたい。
Maybe more than
把
12.
握できたー。
8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud.
8人だ。
1. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced.
すごい。
46.
なるほど。これが俺が天才たるゆえんか。
2. Standard work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 43. Hobnailed work boot. Steel reinforced toes. Number 43. 4. Standard work boot. Number 45 or 46. You don't
ど
know.
っちなんだい？
It's a miracle you can tell the prince apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. 5. Another standard work boot. Steel
い
reinforced
やでも確かにすごいよね。この足音でこんなに正確に。
6. An aberration. Light as air. Even pace. Same make of boot, but number 41.
体重が空気のように軽い。
Impossible to tell. Could also
少
have
年
been
か
an
少女の可
adolescent.
能性もある。歩き
The
方が
gait
不
is
自然。
undeveloped.
俺は足跡の識別が得意だろう。
You're not bad. It's as if the whole world.
ダメだった。
7. The glowing outline of a standard work boot. Number 46.
200キロ超え。
But the 8. And yet another standard work boot. Number 44. There's an aberration.
右足の靴が滑らかに摩耗している。右足が引きずってるってことかな。
How many?
8人だ。
I was pretty off then. I counted 20. I never got the hang of it. Hyperopia. Do you see anything out of the ordinary?
なるほどね。重量級のやつがいる。
200? Could it be the combined weight of two people, one carrying the other?
ああ、確かに確かに。
Let's say
担いで
a
た可能
heavily
性ある
built
よね。
worker
He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely.
ハーディーボーイズの一人が被害者を運んでいた
Possibly.
可能性が高い。
But why?
だがなぜ稼ぐ必要がある？
Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just march him up to the gallows.
意識を失ってい
Even
た。
easier to carry on a stretcher or between two men. Anyway, it's for
Oh.
future consideration. What else? A woman or a kid?
子供かな？
Okay. How do you...
He knows it's hard to discern sex from a person's gait.
Understood. Anything else?
振り減ってる。
Interesting. Let's name it the
変わった靴
also.
底。
Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbor.
ドラマー。
Or maybe a drummer?
ドラマーかな？なんでドラマーがいるの？
No, it's not. Forget I said it. We are not looking for... Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out the right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right.
納得したように言う
We
な
should
ずけ。
keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect.
ああ、念のため。
A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by...
It is not impossible.
ありえなくはない。1週間の
I
根拠
pulled。last week's forecast for coastal Havashon.
氷点
7
下。
days below freezing.
ああ、なるほどね。
Again,
またも正
sub-zero
解。
temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The
えー、
commotion here could have taken place a week ago.
すごいね。めっちゃ語りかけてくるよ、この別人格が。
What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction.
Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This, the lieutenant's eyes narrow.
Either way. What else?
いや、足跡検証完了。
吊るされてる人がフォレストよりリアルじゃなくてよかった。とこっそり思っている。
確かにザ・フォレストは結構鬼畜だったからな、これな。これは何だろうね。お金が入ってたよー。回復アイテム手に入れた。そう、お金どれぐらい持ってんの今俺。お金払わなきゃいけねえんだよ、今。なんかこれ結構する。癒し緑猿のペン。ペンもらったんだよな、確かに。ただ130払わなきゃいけねえんだよ。信じられるかい？ 130 だぜ。これはなんだ？これ。数年前から参加している。あ、なんかある。これ。
An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material, Eternite.
どうして俺はこんな屋根材のひどめた板を見ているんだ。スキルチェック。
Because there's a
成
secret
功。
door hidden behind the panels of Eternite. There it is. You see a shabby little
おお、なんか扉が出てきた。
What is this then? A tool shed?
調べてみよう。確かにね。まあ、調べますか。暗いなぁ。まずは、これは
Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine, sweet. The
神経薬。
lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you.
キムは鏡の中の粉を見てるんではない、あなたを見ている。
There's a good vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean.
Perhaps not. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, see that ladder there? It's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use.
なるほどね。どかなきゃ潰すぞ。これはあ、豚か、これ。あ、なんか上に来たな。これはなんだ？結構グイグイ進むね。途中にいろんなものあるけど。これとか。今にも崩れそう。あ、絵はがき。ああ、まあでも上行くのが正しいみたいだな。ああ、なんかいろいろあるな。これは？あ、いいじゃんいいじゃん、お金ゲットしてる。よしよしよしよし。ああ、よしよしよしよしよし。宿代が払えるかもしれない。あ、ここに書いてある 2.6。2.6？ 130必要なんだぞ俺は。近々とか言って。
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here.
街灯。街灯だよ。
Yes, it's probably yours.
君のもの？
There's the RCM insignia, and you have. You could
マジ
probably
か
make
よ。
the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day.
無理無理無理無理。
The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance over the container yard. Then he turns back to the sad piece of fabric flapping in the wind.
What are we doing? We're awfully close to breaking into the industrial, or it could be that we had the cloak. I do think it's yours, yes. As to whether you should go for it, well, it doesn't seem too dangerous.
The cloak looks like a bag of goodies floating in the wind. Who knows what its pockets may hide?
無理無理無理。だって8% でしか成功しないでしょ。死んじゃうよ俺。これは？これなんかさ、こう正規ルートで行けないですかね。正規ルートで行けると思うんですけど。あー、何？あ、行き止まりなんですね、これ。私ね、体めちゃくちゃ弱い設定なんですよ、今。おお、オートセーブびっくり。体がめちゃくちゃ弱いんで、多分、折れますね、足。心臓発作で死ぬと思う、また。 正規ルートを探した方が良さそうですね。で、私の街灯のポッケにはもしかしたら大きな夢が詰まってる可能性はある。まあしょうがないな。あ、これもここにあった。お金。よーし、3リアル。今11時だな。これなんか時間も関係ありそうだな、ある程度。
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a... There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still. The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Trash? Food waste from the cafeteria? They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evident. What do you mean, feel? We could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage, or we could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably...
He might also have information. This is better than the pry bar idea.
店長が鍵持ってるかもしれない。店長に鍵もらってくるか。刑事らしいことしてる今現状。ここ冬季中付閉鎖。音楽雑誌。
Welcome to Rivachol.
Don't you welcome to Rivachol me. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolation culture.
なんか異国の人っぽいからってこと？
Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you. It's men like you who keep Rivachol divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
What he means is
国家としてのレバショールという固定概念のせいで、レバショールは自己決定権を獲得できずに。彼の言う通りだ。俺たちが本当の自己決定を獲得するチャンスを潰している。
Come on, man. I just said, welcome to Rivachol.
ただの挨拶だよって言
I
ってる。
know exactly what you meant. You think my kind, but you see, I'm an officer of the RCM. It's actually my job.
なるほど
silence.
ね。
The air, but your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
話も落ち着いたところで聞きたいことがあるんだが。
Whatever you say, officers.
さっきは何を言い争ってい
It's
た？
about biological determinism, natural law.
人類の分類。
Not the most popular topic nowadays with the coalition in
嫌がられる
charge
話題。
You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
正直その意味。
People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we Occidentals should be in charge. Obviously, you can see the merits in that. So, lately we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn when members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority. They stop competing for resources.
優れた人種の人間が生来の優位性を信じられなくなると資源のために争うことをやめてしまう。これで
This concerns you, policeman, so you better be vigilant. The damn kids are showing up good lately. Same with the mosquitoes.
文化勝利の力。
Cultural victory? What is this then?
It's what the kips of
ブギーストリートにいるキプトどもの狙いはそれさ。
And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chansons lately? Heard any motito? It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring. Go right ahead.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi's stern expression. Not a lot of moral fiber on this one yet, he thinks, wriggled out of it.
うまく切り抜けた。
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass.
ストライキはい
The
つからやっ
strike?
てる？
Oh, they've been at it for a while. A month, 2 months maybe. But this here is just the last week or so. Apples.
リンガー。
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
何か隠し事があるときに言いそうなことだ。リンゴだと？
Yeah, apples. I take it you had. Oh, not much anymore. Apples.
Apples is
嘘のよう
exactly
に
the
聞こえ
kind
る
of
が
thing.
Look, as detective, I come from a long line of lorrymen. We got ancient rights and privileges. Oh, I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just
Koiko may be another derogative. For a person from Grad, you think.
グラード出身の人間と指しているのかもしれないとお前は思う。リンゴを育ててるのか、グラードで。
Yep, it's one of their main exports. They grow him down some.
In fact, Yokokata is a
あ、なんか
desolate
頭がいいからこういう
whose
知
name
識が入ってくるの
literally
か。
translates to Zone of Ecological Catastrophe.
生態系
It
破壊区
features
域という意
no
味。
scenic vistas and supports virtually no plant or animal life.
リンゴが育ったすごい。
Yeah, says who? Then I guess they grow apples somewhere else. You can never really tell with those koikos. They're everywhere, except their
なん
own
か別に
homes.
いい意見を。
He means the people living in Grad.
だからそれは知ってんだ
You
よ。
know, Gradniks, Gradvolk, those degenerates from Grad. Cause that's what they're all called. Koiko Pichik. Hey, if the name and description fit by the very grace of nature, who am I? Did you miss the part where I said they aren't here yet? Besides, even if I did have some...
Relax.
0時になるので、そろそろ寝ます。おやすみです。明日の出張気をつけていてらです。
ありがとうございます。
So he'd remain unaccountable.
これで情報は全部。
Oh yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter. Had a royal... someone with a cart. What did you think it was? That's how deep in... Sure fucking is. We have a guild and everything, huh? Very ancient. Very prestigious. Goddamn right. They've been trying to... Trusting street thugs with their... Oh yeah, they're a big deal. Sure fucking is. Hell no. It's a guild. Trusting...
特に情報はないみたいだな。マグネシュ。
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, one bot.
Oh, that's the tear machine. It's a machine for tear. You know, you need a bag, I guess. We used to have some. Feel free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure.
空き缶でお金がもらえるらしい。服を取りに行きたいんですよね、服を。お金。ストレイキをやってるからこれ以上先には行けませんよっていう感じなのかな。とりあえずゴミ箱の鍵でももらいますか。ここでね。
Can I help you? Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
ワーリング・イン・ラグズの収物。
Thank you for clearing the debt. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why.
I thought as much. And
Well, yes, us.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
それは若干冷酷ではないか。
Prod at him and find out.
Callous? What are you? Krasmazov?
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grab side of the Centennial Revolution, where he killed himself.
最終的に自殺したの。
no one was implying you were, officer. Where were we?
What do you need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just
鍵
bring
ゲ
them
ット
back
し
once
た。
you're done, please.
オッケーオッケーオッケーオッケー。鍵を、じゃあ、開けに行こうぜ。オープンオープン
This trash container with a well-oiled don't. Maybe you shouldn't. There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow.
なんで開けるべきじゃないって言ってる。
No, no. We need to investigate now.
The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied.
1週間以上ゴミの回収に来ていない。
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Baptiste, among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of... As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint.
Oh,
Drop them in here, officer. Guitar-marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The look appears true, but is missing. That's it.
Something slimy catches your eye.
ぬめりのある物体が目に入る。
A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive color.
This is a military type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib knit.
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that...
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force. Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his
確かに確かに
establishment
確かに
barricaded.
確かに。
It's
そうなん
just
だよ。
a small
鍵かか
detail.
ってるってことは、ねえ、そういうことよね。
The lieutenant nods.
生ゴミ
It's
調べてみる
just
やつ。
organic waste. Nothing. It's nothing. What's this?
何でもありません。何もございません。見るべきことは皆無です。
The garbage stinks in front.
Magka.
You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron.
マグカップを取った。
You've acquired an interactable item. Investigate this item further by going to the Interact tab in your inventory.
インタラクト可能なアイテムを手に入れた。
The container sounds a muffled gong.
OK。
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
OK。インタラクト可能なもの。あ、これか。
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
Yellow mug cup.
But it was in the trash.
あれなんかポイントが割り振れるみたいなことを言ってたな。これだ、レベルアップ。あ、どれをレベルアップするか選べるってこと？あ、暗示？暗示じゃない？わかんない。暗示でよかったのかな。あ、電気科学？ハーブをアイス。まあ、これでいいんですけど。なんか暗示がどうのみたいな話してたもんな。こいつに話しかけてみるか。
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. I'm going away for a
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
I come from the what?
Don't be traumatized.
I'll die before I What's this?
Get the fuck out of...
I'll die before I Murder? I'll die before I squeal, pig. You don't want to...
You can still see the top of her hat from behind.
ダメだ。ろくな情報がない。あ、これも一応チェックできるんだな。
You see a set of tire tracks in the brown slush that covers the plaza mosaic.
タイヤの跡。いいんじゃない？視覚計算。72%。したら、視覚計算ってどれ？あ、これだ。あ、もう元に戻せないんだ、一回あれしたら。なんだよ。よし。72%。さすが。発信、リバース、方向転換。
Written in the language of some of that rubber stuck to the tiles right in front of the whirling in rags. This is point, and then accelerated straight into the fence. The driver proceeded to back out of the yard, barely before heading south. Must have been in a hurry.
You are correct. This is a rather motor carriage friendly city.
あ、これさ、突っ込んだんじゃない？突っ込んだんで起きたんじゃない？私。もしかしたら。
Somehow that makes you feel scared. You don't know why.
恐怖を感じる。
I'm not sure. There are plenty of traffic accidents waiting to
渋
happen
滞
in
している。
Martinez. With a jam right here on the roundabout.
You could follow the track south. There seems to be a canal there. See where they went.
なるほどね。あ、なんかここにもあるな。
An old call box with a matrix of push buttons lists all the companies in the East
Tema
Delta
box.
Commerce Center. An off-key melody.
Kuno, please stop calling here. Grown-ups.
She thinks you're the gremlin child. What would he say to this?
Oh, I'm sorry, officer. I thought you were... But the doorbell is broken, and the bookstore shouldn't even be on the list anymore, so I can't help you.
A single beep indicates that the
なんだっ
line,
て？
you ring the doorbell. What an ominous name for a hair salon. Doesn't bode well for anyone's hair. All you hear is static, but you ring the doorbell. But you wait for a minute. Looks like someone. You hear static from the intercom speaker. It sounds...
Yes, hello. This is Tricentennial Electric. Have you come to place an order?
She sounds almost antique, as if her voice was being played off an old wax cylinder. A receiver must not be working properly.
嘘をついてみようか。
My God.
The lieutenant exchanges a...
It's you.
Who cares that you don't
この
remember?
女のことを覚えていないからといって何か問題がある。話し合わせる。
No. Something's wrong here. Are you sure she's talking to you?
何？なるほどね。
Michelle, just please. Why did you even call? I don't understand. You've been gone for months.
話を合わせていくか。どうでもいいわけないだろう。俺は今辛い時期を過ごしてるだけだ。
Ever since I came to work here,
A spot of static overrides her words. When she
it's so nice to be able to finally forget.
She sounds like she's about to cry.
おいおい、頼むから泣
She
かないでくれ
doesn't。answer. Silence. The only thing you can hear now is static and waves washing ashore on the bay. Another seagull passes by. It's getting...
It must have been some kind of faulty wiring. We should maybe stop playing with this doorbell. It looks ancient.
You press the number sign on the keypad that
なんで？
terminates the call. 12 name cards on the call box
あ、
read.
これはキルチェックだ。いけ！
No.
失
Hold on. The last thing you need
敗
in your life is more hysteric emotion. Silence. Silence. Nothing happens. Silence. This button looks new.
Huh. This button looks new. It's pro...
さあ、42% は失敗しました。ここにもなんかあるぞ。ああ、袋があれば拾えるのにって言ってる。Give me a 袋。
This Post Lavantorie mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with
いい
graffiti.
子だ、郵便箱ちゃん。
The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked
本当かよ。
by the coon, and Saint G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also. The mail collection box seems cathartic, thankful even. So do you. You
ス となんかよくわからないですけど。これが突っ込んだのかな？
Before you stands a motor carriage. The body of vapor emanates from the large engine. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from a blip. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook. Pull out the frequency tableau, lights the soft purr of a...
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
あ、これ俺の車やん。
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here.
Operating the radio is easy. Just be confident. You've probably done it 1,000 times.
普通に答える？
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
報告したいことがある。
Just a second, officer.
10-2, 10-5.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle. The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop.
10-4, message received. 10-5, 10-18, state your message, sir.
経済的支援が必要。
10-4, I hear you.
Is it him? What does he want?
He says he needs money.
Don't give that asshole anything.
あの決算欄には何も言われな。
Right, that's a negative on the additional.
追加資金がないって言われてる。捜査は何よりも金が必要なんだ。要求は却下された。寝る場所がない。何言ってる。
Listen.
What is he saying?
Did you want anything else, sir? Many of your colleagues are also...
He's trying to keep you from further embarrassing yourself in front of your colleagues.
彼はお前が同僚の前でこれ以上恥をかかさない。ああ、なるほどね。
Let us address them now, sir. Over.
身分証紛失。
10-9, over. 10-4, message received. This is a...
Any other good news?
He's saying he lost...
He what?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen.
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the best...
Dick Mullen is not your name.
あ、俺の名前がディック・ミューレンってのがここで分かったのか。
Not lose his... Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
He's asking you to stop.
Of course it's serious.
Satellite Officer Vicmar conquers, losing your... He says this as...
Oh, goddamn it.
Satellite Officer Vicmar is wondering...
Mullen dicked us.
めっちゃ言うやん。めっちゃ言うやん。
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this.
What's going on?
Supercop here lost...
He lost his badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
He asks you to please...
Why? Did he find it?
Sergeant Person was wondering if...
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. 10-9, come again.
New heights even...
Ask him.
すげえ言うじゃん。すげえ言うじゃん。
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you?
うわ、確かにない。
Okay, it's gone.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question?
ああ、これは嘘をつくんだ。いけ！失敗。
Everything gets scrambled in your brain.
He says he didn't lose his...
Ask him to describe it.
Satellite Officer Mac...
Oh, request a description, huh? We'll give him one. Describe the plasma gun.
It's a single-shot kill A9. An armistice.
Says it's a kill armistice?
Dear God, he lost his gun.
ああ、ダメだったんだ。
Mac can face it.
I'm not going to.
Ask him.
Sergeant Orson here is wondering if you are still in possession of your genitalia. Over.
The silence is almost deafening after you flick off the switch.
That did not go well. Did we need anything else here?
ちょっと待ってよ。
A metallic drawer.
Take what you need.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
何
The pry bar feels nice and
Got it.
useful for opening all sorts of doors, and the handles are long and sleek. It's robust, weatherproof, lets you see things. The pull-out
Oh, you didn't get
toolbox
this
slides
though.
back. The white suede feels luxurious as you tap on the gauge.
There's no use pressing the heat button.
Translation. We're not going alternative
もう
translation.
一回無線取る
This
か
is。Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Right.
10-4, come in.
Wait, before you say anything stupid, think
考
it
えるんですね、
through.
何
You're going to be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you.
10-4, sir, I'm not hearing your question. That's a negative, sir. I got a 10-12 visitors present here.
ああ、ダメなのか。周りにいるからか。
Understood, sir.
じゃあ一体
Roger that.
一旦よ
10-10.
くて。
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist? It will take just a moment.
Her voice is fake.
Gottlieb.
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
ニックス・ゴットリーブってなんだっけ？あ、これ、体調が悪いってことか？
Oh, it's you.
記憶を失った。
With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs, what else? I'm not a...
It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you or doesn't care.
なるほどね。
And you survived it. Even better. Anything else? I wouldn't worry about Firewalker. Do exactly that. Put yourself out of your...
It would be an artistic statement of some kind or another.
Sounds more like a newspaper headline that will surprise... What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D.
マグネシウムとビタミン D を
Is
取る。
not our... And no, I don't want to hear a...
It's not fucking...
Cyanoacrylate is superglue.
なるほどね。
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
あとこれか、シルビ
What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on.
Received.
ー。太ももを叩いて進行曲のリズムを刻む。
Give it a minute. She might be busy.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello?
あー、シルビーか。あー、こっちかな？
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
やめたの？なんでやめた
Why
の？
did I leave the bar? Honestly,
Why not?
let's just say
カルテのせいかな？
No, why would you even think that? Please, don't bring Gar into this. I
あー、なん
already
か
said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again.
あ、なんか地雷踏んだんだな。
No, not me.
あ、通報したのは彼女じゃない。
What? Of course it bothered me.
But I thought the union already knew about the court.
なんで組合が
No
出
one
てくるの？
calls the police. The union would get angry.
ああ、そうか。
What the union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Legally, no. In reality, yes.
ああ
Martinez is
ね
de facto police.
警察より組合の方が、なんていうの、プライオリティっていうか、上なんだね。
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent
言
with
葉は
the
なくても
situation.
不満を持っている。
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways.
お、畳みかけろって言ってる。
The other people who live around here. Look, you don't live here. You don't understand.
密告者は疎まれ
Swearing
る。
is frowned upon
あ
here.
ーね
Please, I just didn't want any trouble. I didn't know I had to report it. I thought someone would.
You can almost hear the girl getting smaller on the other end of the line.
No.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Okay. No, I don't know. It wasn't me. I haven't been out there since.
服を捨てたのは誰かは知らない。
And
身分
yeah,
証は
I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law.
なんで刑事だと分かった？
You told me back in the whirling. You told Oh. No. I have.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? Yes, you absolutely should.
あー、なんか記憶が下がっちゃった。
It feels like you haven't worn it.
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun detective. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating and you were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you.
Oh, those again. I have been trying to, you know, when you put your gun,
あー、なるほど
I
ね。
remember this.
覚えてんのか
You
よ。
were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall, painting them red." There is silence on the other end of the line.
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around
大
money
金
and
は
theft,
嘘はつかない。
saying
銃は
things
金で
like
買えない。
big bucks. It almost looked like you pawned
質
it.
屋にでも入れてみたい。
Believe me, I did not ask.
質屋に入れたらまたお金必要じゃん、そんなことやったら。
Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform.
デ
You
ィス
had
コの
your
やつ。
things on. The disco things. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
なんだって？五分五分。いけ！ 成
Yes,
功！
you have obviously done something to upset her at the whirling in rags.
I'm not mad. It's just you were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then
カモメの
the
ことがあ
skua
っ
thing
た。
happened.
カモメってなんだ？
Just made me the stuffed bird.
白製の鳥？
skua. You
壁
threw
に
it
な
against
ず、
the
な
wall
あー、
while
俺が
screaming
壊したんか、あのカモメ。
and I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there.
鳥大好きなのに。
Well, yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I've
俺の
seen
せいだ
so
っ
many
た、彼女が辞めたのは。
I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months.
続けてくれ。
Well, you were worse than all of them.
どう、何をどう起こ
Even
したの？
about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even... We go on by the OO. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody. To hell with that song. Then there was your room. Your project. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make
ひどいことしてるじゃないか。
saying something about how you're actually a real cool guy. And no one done. And
面
then
目ない。
I had to deal with your toilet. The one you clogged with police documents causing water
警察
damage
の書類を
downstairs
詰ま
in
ら
the
せた。
kitchen.
あれトイレの中に
I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing the one damn it, I don't remember what I did to your damn, especially when there's a hurricane loose. It's your fault for losing them.
Something in you wants to immediately forget about this. As
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst.
本当に悪かったよ。
I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened. Wait, really? No, this is
え、
absolutely
なんで
not true.
あ、そうなの
I really no. I was actually flattered. I've always liked him.
あーね。
there's a pause. You can almost see her on the other side. The telephone cord.
人が守備に電話のコードを巻きつけている。
I didn't know what to say to him later. Then you came and destroyed the place. So I left without explaining.
俺から言っておこ
Okay, but please don't mess it up.
う。おー以外で
Please
何を歌っ
don't
てた
take out your gun or something. All sorts of things. From disco. Yes, that's the one you like to sing along to the most.
あーこれなんかサンスで一番小さな教会を歌ってるらしい。
Interesting. You still have to find a copy though, before you can blast it. You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
またシルビーにつなげてくればちょっとやりすぎバロスだな。
57, hold on.
In the cabin, you see a set.
オッケー、ドアを閉めよう。で、これはなんだ
Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know your copo type.
どういうタイプクールなデカ。
No, you're the sorry cop.
面目ない
who's
デカ。
sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? What? Jealous of the... They'll be super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual copo type from sorry to anything.
本当は面目なくないんだ。気が変わっ
No, you
た。
don't. Come on. You'll be back to say
なんだよ。
Stop wasting time and begin the repentance. Oh, you know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the advanced interesting cop, Liquid Shadow cop.
やだやだやだや
Too
だ。
sorry to say those things. So, here we go. What? They'll be super fine. It'll be totally okay. You can dual copo type from
面
sorry
目
to
ない。
anything.
面目なくないよ。
Okay. Inside, you see a set of steering levers.
あ、間違えた。面目ないは受け入れなかったみたい。まあいいか。とりあえず、服のことと、ごめんを言いに行こう。いろいろごめんを言いに行こう。ここまでやったら一旦今日は終わりにするかな。ちなみに、あ、なんかここに寝てるやついる。これなんだ
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
3時間ぐらい経ってるけどな。目が覚めてからどれぐらい経ってる起きたの確か9時だったんだよな。今はよせ。
Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum?
思考終了。
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack. The man does not mind. You probably need them more.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in...
Goodbye. なんか手に入れたな。めっちゃいっぱいあるんだよな。タスクがな。で、なんかまたスキルを アイテムはなんか手に入れたんか。あ、これだ、スキルアップ。しょっちゅう出てくるのは内陸帝国とかだけどな。百科事典もよく出てくるな。あ、これも出てくるな、習字学。なんかね、どうしようかね。一旦いいか。一旦このステータスは保留して、夏季限定の入り口。ごめんな。ごめんを言いに来たよ、いろいろ。
Can I help you? Wait, what? But what about the bird?
鳥は俺のせいだよ。
Yes, the bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing the morning she left.
本当のことを言おう。
You broke the skewer.
I assure you it was him.
Why on earth did you have to break the skewer?
わからない。
I can't believe it. I was so sure it was Sylvie. Even worse, I thought she was
A tender type of hope. Something stirs in you. Perhaps this is why you broke it.
all right. Did she say anything else about me? You know, did she say anything about me?
まんざらでもなかったと言ってた。ただいろいろタイミングが悪かった。
I should give her a call then. Thanks, I guess. Was there anything else you wanted, or?
ああ、鍵返そう。
Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there.
店の他のスタッフは
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and
じゃあ他の人
trash
間かな
collection service, CS Municipal. I don't.
Ah, the elusive CS
なるほ
municipal.
どね。ゴミ
I
回
doubt you'll
収
be
の
able
人
to
たち
track
ね。
down who was sent here last and when. This will thank you anyway.
Yes.
OK。もう一個だけ気になることやっていいですか？とりあえず部屋に戻って、なんかを獲得したらもう一回チェックできるよっていうのがあったじゃないですか。これ。ここで、あ、これなんだ？これがチェックできるようになってる。
The bed is cold and not particularly.
The option to go to sleep becomes available.
ああ、休むかどうのこうのか。あ、そう、鏡。
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
これは何？道具を手に持っていない。手さばきさん。58%。成功！
The third deck, things were good. It was smooth sailing. Forget about ostentatious orchestrations. Forever show. If it doesn't rhyme, you're not pronouncing out of the dazzling swirl of disco music in an
これは
open
何
air.
なんだ？
What did not really? Oh, must have just stirred your mind. Everyone loved.
あ、
The click is
これ
used.
やったな。
Sometimes you like to add fingerprints. There is a vast ocean. You have some understanding of the near history. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne cork smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return.
あ、道具を持つにはどうしたらいいんだ？今は鏡を放っておいてから道具を、どれだっけ？チェーンカッター。あ、これで装備できるのか。でこの状態で、ダメだ、手さばきが悪すぎる俺。手さばきってどれ？あ、これだ。スリムもピッキングもお手の物。でもこんなの上げたところでなんとかなるかな？ 28% だったよ。ちょっ と今はやめておくか。やめておこう。やめておきましょう。今は放っておこう。なるほどね。うっす。じゃあ、今日はこの辺りから、な。音読すると時間が早く過ぎる。なるほどね。ということで、ディスコード、ディスコ、エリジウム、ザ・ファイナルカット。記憶喪失したデカの話、本日はここまで。次回は、また。それでは、See you next time. ボリさんでした。またねー。